from the beginning.
Hi guys! So it's time for a new mukbang video and I've got Shweta with me. So excited to finally meet you even if it's over Zoom. But yeah.
It's so good to see you too. It's so finally good to meet you, get to know you. I can't believe this is over Zoom.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
believe that? Yeah?
Like this is our first meeting.
I swear. This is the new age of meeting people, I guess. But it's really good to be here.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, I
really
think
good to be
something is better than nothing. I feel like otherwise, at least this way, we still meet people from, you know, the industry or the community and you kind of hang out. Otherwise, I feel like with the pandemic, if we didn't do like virtual collabs, there would just be like nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone was going insane anyway. Thank God for Zoom. Yeah, it's back to a little sanity.
Yeah.
So, yep, we're good to go right now. How are you doing, Sherry?
I'm good. Before we start, I want to know, what are you eating? What's on the menu today? I
Okay,
got some
so-
yummy pasta with some bread, okay? And
Nice.
for dessert, I got one of those like cheesecakes in a jar things. So I was like, yeah, let me just get something that's easy to eat and yummy. So that's what I have.
Okay, now I'm jealous. All right, but I've kept it very simple with my home cooking. There's Kerala rice, there's fish curry, all right, and then there is this thing called thoran. So we make it out of
Oh, wow.
cabbage, carrots, beans, and coconut. And for dessert, since my building is sealed off thanks to COVID situation right now, I took 2 bars of Kit Kat, melted it in the microwave with a little vanilla
Oh, wow.
essence, and then I put fresh cream on it. So yeah. That's
You
what
got
we're having
really
right now.
crafty, yeah. I tried making cabbage thoran in the lockdown. I learned how to make it actually, and it's really yummy. Like I didn't know it existed, and then I made it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
In Kerala, there's a thoran for everything. Okay, if there's a vegetable, add some grated coconut to it. It's a thoran, all right? And sometimes it gets a bit too much, and I'm like,
Because there's
Mom is saying
coconut in
anything else.
everything.
Coconut in everything, yeah, completely. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love it. Like it's actually one of my favorite cuisines. If I were to say in Indian food, like I love like Kerala's food. Like every time I go down south, I'm just like, oh my god, every day. And people are like, don't you get bored because when you're not from Kerala, you're not used to eating so much coconut. But I love it
Yes.
because I think even in my house we do use a lot of coconut, like in our curries and all of that.
Yeah.
So it's like a familiar taste for me. And I mean, of course, there's so much seafood, which is my favorite. So I'm very happy. So the next time you
you're
owe
good
me,
with seafood.
I'm coming there to eat in your house once we're done with this.
Girl, you're going to get some really amazing home cooking if you come here. Trust me on that because I'm not boasting. When mom cooks seafood curry, oh my God,
Oh,
like
wow.
any fish, it's can't
It's the
you can't beat
best.
her.
I
It's
don't
the
know.
best.
I don't know. I think it's also the spices that you guys use. Like they're very different, which is why I feel like the curries always have like this different flavor. And there's so many
Absolutely.
different varieties of curries that people just think curry is curry, but it's like, no, there's like
No.
a whole
This-
variety.
Yeah, that curry term has happened thanks to our folks in the UK. Everything is a curry.
That's
out there,
true,
okay?
yeah.
So yeah,
That's
everything's
true.
a curry. Everything is a chicken tikka masala, and I'm like, no, we are more when it comes to Indian food.
We have
But-
more than
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
But your
gonna let
food
you
looks
start
delicious,
eating.
man.
Thank you. The one thing I can't make well is pasta, so I thought I might as well order it and treat myself with this. Mukbangs are my excuse to eat out. But
Oh.
I'm gonna start quizzing you. You can start eating, okay? First
Yes.
thing, how has the pandemic, the lockdown life been for you? How have the last few months been?
Ooh, what a whirlwind, yeah, Sherry. I mean, first of all, my baby decides to pop out on the day India locks down. I'm like, thank you, baby. I mean, on the 25th of March is when she's like, hello, India. So this is what, ever since I gave birth to her, it's been a whirlwind of amazing emotions, happiness, but it's been hectic. Okay, it
I'm
has
sure,
taken a
yeah.
toll on physical health, on mental health, because my husband is still in the UK. All right, they're stuck there. My in-laws just got back 2 months ago. They did their quarantine and all. So we had no help. It's just mom and I taking
Right,
care of a newborn baby. And I don't know how to, everything is new. And it's always
right.
nice to have that partner to share your
Of course,
responsibility with.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a very, very difficult situation. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, everything's worth it when I look at her. If I have to, be politically correct, my baby makes everything okay. But no, it's like it was difficult because everything in the house also I had to do it on my own. I had to, take care of mom, and I had to take care of, the
Of
cleaning,
course, yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was hard. It really was hard. And
So she's a real lockdown baby.
she's a lockdown baby. Okay. But the thing is, her name is Nirvana, and she lives up to her name. She's very, very calm. She's patient. So yeah, I'm
That's
knock on
good.
wood.
Touch wood,
Everything.
touch
Yeah.
wood,
Touch
touch
wood. Yeah.
wood.
So far, so good. Yeah. Otherwise, work-wise, it did take a backseat a lot
Right.
because I think everyone's forgetting that I'm a
Obviously.
new mom, so that
Yeah,
thing is like, when
yeah.
are you putting up a video? When are you putting? And I'm trying, Sherry. I'm really
Yeah, of
trying
course.
right
And there's so much happening, like, right, as you said, like the housework, all of that. In addition to having a new baby is like, hello, it's a whole new world.
And with a baby, you have to clean the place twice in a
Yeah,
week.
exactly. Yeah, of course.
So you're talking about really squatting and cleaning, and everyone's like, you've lost so much of weight. What is your secret? I'm like, yeah, Jadu,
I remember posting a picture in the beginning of lockdown saying there's nothing like that katka glow that you get, that actual sweat of hard work.
I saw that.
And then you're like,
saw
wow, I really feel like I'm glowing.
Yeah, you can do all your Instagram, before and after. Best
Right.
part. Yeah, that glow comes from just squatting and cleaning that floor 2 times a day. And everyone's like, oh, your waist, it doesn't look like you've given birth 6 months ago. And I'm like, you think, So yeah, it's been hard. It really has
I
been.
can
And
imagine.
I'm glad things are finally moving, the visa
Right.
process of ours. I can't
Right.
wait to head back home. I can't wait to be with my dog, with my husband, just get back to normal.
Like you feel like your life has come to a standstill, right? Like it's crazy, but you like you can't do
1
anything.
year.
You feel so helpless, but it's just like
1 year, Sherry.
Yeah.
I've been here 1 year. I came here just for,
Wow.
my treatment, and I just came here.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
it went to delivery, and then everything was stuck. So yeah.
no, it's hard, yeah. And
Yeah,
also,
it
like you
is.
feel like you've left a whole life behind, right? Like because you're so used to your own space and your own house and your own like you're saying, like to live with your husband, your dog. It just suddenly feels like, oh my god, like what has happened?
Yeah, true.
Like when
And
people
the
are
thing
normally dealing with just a lockdown or a pandemic, it's still different. Like I feel like this is like tenfold.
It's I was just talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, I felt this certain anxiety when I got married. Mine was an arranged marriage, okay? Though we got to know each other, and then we fell in love, we got married. But when I was getting ready to leave Mumbai, and go all the way to UK, I'm feeling that right now because the gap has been so long. So I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
is this man going to be the same? So who is he? And then I'm like, Nirvana, this is your father. So,
Now you're getting married again with a baby.
with a baby, yeah. I mean, like, this is your father, that's my husband, this is my dog. It's come to that situation right now. So yeah, I'm really, really anxious. That anxiety is slowly creeping in.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Also,
What's
I
it
wanted
going
to talk
be?
about the other stuff that you've been dealing with. I mean, I recently saw that you were getting a lot of hate online, a lot of, like nasty messages, which were completely ridiculously uncalled for. And to deal with all of that along with this, I'm sure it's taken a crazy toll on your, mental health. And what has that experience been like for you?
Well, Sherry, as you know, that I've not filmed ever since I did my truthful YouTube attack.
Yeah.
Okay, because after that, I don't know what happened. I think I ruffled a few feathers out there in that video. So I don't know who are those faces behind those very nasty comments. I have no idea. There's a lot of theories. It could be from the brand side, it could be from the blogger community, it could be random people. I don't know.
Right.
But like I said, everyone has forgotten that I'm a new mother.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, after post pregnancy, you have that hormones, you've got the baby blues, so people have forgotten that. And then to get such bad, awful comments, which I usually don't get affected by this. I have heard worse, Sherry, in my years of being as a YouTuber. I've heard worse, but this time I don't know what it was. It just took a toll on me. It just did. It affected me because things got a little personal. It
Right.
was a little
Yeah.
personal. The attack was personal. Talking about my husband, separation, while I'm in my in-laws' house. I'm like looking at my father-in-law and reading this comment, and I'm like, where is this coming from? And that's the thing. I've noticed that the internet, ever since lockdown, has become a very,
Very
very
toxic.
vicious space. Very vicious space. Okay, so I don't know what it is. Is it frustrations of people sitting at home, not being able to do, like that idle mind, devil's workshop kind of thing? So everything seems to be a problem. So anything, I hate this word influencer, but truth be told, yeah, I can't stand it. But anything that an influencer does seems to be a problem right now, and the love is a lot. When I look at the lovely, amazing messages that comes my way, that's the only reason why today I'm able to film with you. And I'm thinking,
Right.
okay, let's start with YouTube. But yeah, it just broke me. It completely broke me after I read those messages. I don't know what it was. It took a very bad, it just made me go down a rabbit hole. It really did. And this was the first time after a long time that I faced something of this sort.
Right.
But I've done whatever I had to, like the cybercrime. I've done, like I told you, I
Right.
have
Right.
got the process started because I need to know. It's time
Of course.
to know
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
are these hidden faces that feel so comfortable to talk badly to you, to put you down and judge you without even knowing you.
Also, I think it's
crazy.
unwarranted. I mean, I feel like the reason why a lot of us started in content creation was so that we could be honest and share our opinions and things like that. And I mean, I watched your video. In fact, I did the tag looking at your video, right? And I mean, I didn't think there was anything wrong or anything inappropriate, or I don't think there was any hate. I think you were just sharing your experiences with brands or people of the industry. And I feel like a lot of the times it is misinterpreted, or people take it very personally to make, like, I remember years ago, a couple of years ago, I did this, our social media influencer scamming you. And it was just my opinion of the industry. It was not, again, targeted at any person, any brand. It was just me saying, when I started 9 years ago, this is what it was, and today this is what it is. And it feels to me at some level like sometimes people are scamming you. Like, that was basically the crux of this video, and me trying to educate my audience on how to, see who's real, who's fake, who's like, because there was that whole fake buying of followers happening at that point, all of that. And I think there were, in the comments, people went very nasty to people, to like certain creators particularly. And I had to actually like sit down and delete comments for other people, which I've never done on my channel because I've never ever gotten much hate, thankfully. But like, in the sense of, and to actually, I actually messaged 3 or 4 creators myself saying, listen, I'm really sorry you're getting all this hate from my video, but that was not the intention. It wasn't targeted at a person ever. It was just about the industry in general. And I didn't, I would never want a person to be hated for something that I put out, because that's not who I am as a person. And I remember then I felt so disturbed, even though it wasn't about me, but the fact that I was like, oh my God, have I caused this? Have I caused pain to someone else because I've just, voiced my own opinion? And it didn't sit right with me until I actually spoke to those people and said, listen, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. I've deleted the comments. I've put out an appeal to people to be kind when they talk to, other creators, all of that. And that's when I felt like, okay, now, it's done. But like, till then, even though I had never shamed anyone, nothing, it just became something else, right? Like, and you don't know when you put out this content, sometimes you don't know how it's going to be received or where it's going to go.
Or it triggers whom.
Right.
So like I saw that video of yours and I thought it was brilliant. You were just giving your perspective on what I was doing, basically, what we believed in. And I could just imagine, because it becomes then a space of comparison. Okay?
Right.
That's, this one is a sellout. This one's a sellout. You're not like this. The comments, no matter how complimentary they are, I'm sure they're coming from a school of thought where they feel that it's a compliment, but it's not.
Right.
When you compare someone, because you don't know that person's backstory. What was the requirement of that blogger for a certain project, for a certain money requirement, whatever said and done, we just don't know. So when you compare, saying that, oh no, you're not like the other people, you're different. You don't take sponsored posts. I'm so happy. In retrospect, it sounds really nice, but then it hurts. It really hurts. And especially if someone else...
You're feeling better because someone else is being put down, right? And that when you start thinking that, it starts, like, you really start to question yourself, saying, did I do this? Because that was not my intention, right? And like, that's why I feel like even with your video, that's what's happened, where you're just speaking your honest truth and people have taken it to something else or made it into something else.
I get where the audience, they are triggered right now. They are a little bit irritated with the fact that there's a lot of people out there on YouTube as well as Instagram who's not disclosing it. It would be nice if there is that transparency, even if there's no law involved in it, which I'm sure it will be. But it'll be nice if people were bold enough and they were transparent enough. And like you rightly put it, the audience needs to understand who they want to follow. Okay, if they feel that they can resonate with a certain YouTuber or content creator or whatever, then stick to it. If it's not for you, move on. Don't just like go like, oh my God, you are so nasty. I just don't get this barking dog. It's like, where is it coming from? Move on. Block the person.
Stalking and shaming. That's what happens.
Like, you're watching my video and then you have a problem with it. And I'm like, you're a fan. Like, what is it? What do you want? Don't watch. You want to watch everything. You want to watch all my Insta stories. You want to watch. You want to follow what I'm doing. And then you type in another forum, like, what she did. Your fingers go like completely mad and mental. Your fingers are on steroids. So just calm down. Life is so short. That's the first thing I keep on telling people. The one thing I have taken back from this whole COVID situation, life is too short. Too short to like sit there and hate on someone and have a problem with everything,
Of course,
I feel that people can become a lot more braver. And that's the reason when I did the truthful tag, I was hoping that a lot of people would realize that it is not a big deal if you say, hey, listen, I got some money out of it. It's not, okay? And it's not a big deal if, this didn't work for you, that didn't work for you. It's not a big deal. Even if you said it worked for you and then later on it did not work for you, admit it. It's not a big deal. We are all humans out here. So I just wanted everyone to feel that, that they should give a little bit more leniency towards content creators. Not take them to the cross and just nail them, saying, but you told me, so that's why I did the video. But boy, did some section of the community they were like triggered, man. They just, I can't believe there's a WhatsApp group for 15, 16 people. Yeah, so it's a WhatsApp group.
Because of your video, really?
Yes, so there is a group. No, in general, there is a group, okay? There's a group on a certain blog forum, and then there's a group on WhatsApp. The blog forum, I read about myself after that video. It was people having different opinion about me. I can't expect everyone to like me. That's like expecting too much, okay? You will have a section of people who just cannot stand you. And that's okay. You want to have, I still don't know why the conversation, how they felt comfortable enough to say things, but that's their prerogative. But a WhatsApp group of skin critics, which is completely new, this entire zone, having a problem and saying that we should make sure that we bring her down.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
nasty.
That's intense. That's intense. That is intense.
Okay, I
That
feel
is
like
when you're
I've
crossing the line.
just been eating and asking you really like stressful questions, and you have not eaten anything. So I'm going to give you a
No,
chance to
no.
ask me a question and eat.
I was saying, I wanted to ask you this. You know how you guys have been, you, Jovita, Shreya, all have
Right.
been there from, I mean, since YouTube started, all right? I mean, we look up to you, all of us, all right? We have watched your journey. And there have been a couple more people, I'm not going to name them, who also started quite some time ago. But I think with this whole trend of not getting the views right now, okay, not many people, the good ones are not getting the views right now, okay? It is either there has to be something controversial in your video,
Right.
there has to be some sort of a clickbait kind of thing. Many are changing their tactics of what they used to start off with, you know, to get the views.
Right.
I know you don't do that. You're the one person, you, Jovita, Shreya, I know you people have stuck to your principles. But has this ever frustrated you? Has it ever tempted you to, like, say, what should I do? Should I change my entire,
I've honestly, for me as a person, I'm in terms of principles and ethics have always been up there for me. And I know that if I do something that won't sit right with me myself, I will not be happy. Like, as I told you, like, imagine just one video made me so like triggered that, oh my God, I have affected other people. And like that's the kind of person I am. For me, being right, being that moral high ground is very important for me in my life, at least. To sleep at night, where I'm like, okay, you're good, Sherry, you can chill. I feel like if I were to do, I remember this trend, as you said, where it became like, suddenly numbers were going through the roof with views. Then the content trend changed to like this, like really like clickbaity content, abusive content, or like, that kind of stuff that was getting like millions of views. Whereas like good, clean content was just like, nobody cared for it. And I mean, it does at times, you do sit back and wonder, like when I think and I'm like, oh my God, wow, this video only got like, whatever, like 15,000 views, and you put your heart and soul into it and you think, oh, it's such a lovely video, or it's such a lovely message in my head, but it doesn't obviously translate in terms of views. And sometimes that can be frustrating, obviously, as a creator, because you do question why, or why is it not working, or what did I do wrong, or am I not putting the good thumbnails, or like you start thinking little things like that. But I think in the larger scheme of things, for me, it's always been about being a good creator in terms of loving what I do. And for me, if I don't love what I do, I won't be able to do it. So like those kind of things for me as a person, I feel are very important, where I feel like when I look back at my journey, I want to be proud of what I've achieved. I may not have the same numbers as a lot of people, or people who came way after me may have, much larger numbers. And that's fine, because I mean, for me, the benchmark is not to see, oh, how far have I reached in the subscriber mark. It's just to see that, oh, I've created so much different content over the years, and everything has been fun and enjoyable, and like I've launched so many new series over the years, like this one, or my favorites, or now we're doing a K-drama club. And it just like there's new stuff always happening, but it's a true reflection of who I am and what's going on in my life. And I feel like that's what I love about content creation. So, I mean, yeah, to answer your question, it does get frustrating at times. But I think then when you think of the larger picture and who you are, you kind of, you stick it out and you're like, it's fine. I don't care. I'd rather be who I am than just make more money.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that comes out from your channel is versatility. That's what I've noticed.
Thank you.
It's everything, isn't it? You're more of a lifestyle guru.
Everything and nothing.
Yeah. No.
That's what I
Believe
say.
me.
Because sometimes there's vlogs which are just nothing. Like I'm like, this is just me doing nothing in my like. There was an actual vlog that I named it the nothing vlog in quarantine because there's nothing happening. I'm like, and that's when I was thinking to myself. I was like, wow, it's like my channel has everything and nothing.
Yeah, but then that's also amazing, isn't it? Because if you want to be in a space where you feel completely meh in your head, you want to watch something that's not going to make you feel bad about your life, you know? So it's nice to see a vlog where everyone's once in a while you're normal.
Yeah.
I mean, you always portray yourself as someone who's normal. Though
Yeah.
you have your connections, you have your collaborations, you've got your I mean, your set of connection, Sherry, no one else has. Okay, your
Really?
set of friends. Yeah. Come on, we all know it. You know, but you still seem to be very down to earth and humble, and not affected by, you know, the
I mean, I think
frills that
also
is
for
around
me,
you.
you know, because I modeled for a good 10 years before I got into content creation, I feel like it's somewhere an extension of the same industry, which is why I was always very comfortable because like, you know, in terms of like fashion, like going to fashion week was never a big deal for me because I used to walk at fashion week. So I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm just here, you know, like no biggie. And like all the models, like a lot of my like friends who used to model when I model still model. So it's like they're all there. It's just the same thing, you know, like I feel like, oh, I've just switched from there to here, but it's kind of like the same thing. But yeah, I mean, I do agree with you there. Like, I feel like I've been in the same space in like industry wise. The comfort level has been very high for me because I was always somewhere, you know, in beauty, in fashion, and it just kind of translated into a different medium. But like, I still had like that knowledge and those people that I've known for years.
Yeah, but then it's also the way you are, isn't it? It talks a lot about the way you're bringing, basically. Because I've, I mean, I've seen people just go way big-headed about everything around. They change. It happens. It's
Of
normal
course,
human
yeah,
tendency.
yeah.
But you have always remained constant, okay? And that's the beauty of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's only very few people like when Jovita and I talk about, and that's the first thing she actually told me. The kindest person on in this community is Sherry. This is what she
Oh,
said. So because you helped her out with something.
yeah.
She
I mean,
always, always points that out. All right. So my next question to you, since this is clearly I'm taking over your channel, you feel that the space has changed a lot since the time you started to what it's now. Are you enjoying it as much at the moment?
I mean, there are days when I don't enjoy it sometimes because I just feel like it's become a bit of a rat race with the amount of platforms coming up and the amount of content you have to create, right? Like every day there's like a new platform, and along with the platform, there's a new medium. Like even if we talk on Instagram, it was just first images, then there was video, then there was IGTV, then there's reels, then there's stories. You're like, how much content can a person create, you know? Um, Especially for people like us who are primarily YouTube creators, then you're doing a whole other platform with like so much different content, right? So I feel like there's so much happening, and sometimes you feel like that is more rewarding because you get more views easily. Like if you do like a reel, like a funny reel, you can get like, you know, lots of views on Instagram as opposed to like a proper long edited video on YouTube. So sometimes you think, is it worth like doing this versus that? So I definitely feel like the industry has changed drastically from when I started. Like you definitely have to be more active. You definitely have to create a lot more content like regularly. But what I love about it, I think, is that it's become so dynamic. Like it's like got a like life of its own, you know, like because there's so much content coming out every day from people that it has become like a full-fledged industry over the last 3 or 4 years, right? Like when I started out, there was no such thing as an industry in terms of content creation. People laughed at us thinking this is like a hobby that we do at home. Like, you know, okay, I make videos for myself and I post them. Like that was it.
Still do with certain people over here. If I go back to my village, they'll be like,
like
okay,
they'll be
so
like,
you just
oh,
post.
really? Like, is that what you do? So you make money like that? Like how? So I mean, I think like that has drastically changed, which is a big positive, I feel, which is amazing that it's a full-fledged industry which is offering a lot of jobs. It's a new creative space for a lot of people. Um, but there are lots of negatives also. Like I said, I just feel like it's become too commercial. It's become too ad driven, which is the sad part. Like even the platforms have become ad driven, like where you just have to, like either your views will not go crazily high unless you promote stuff, or unless like there's all this. It's just like I watched Social Dilemma. Did you watch it, the documentary? It's like,
Oh my,
and
scary.
I was like, yeah,
Scary.
I was like, oh my god, this is why it's not working now. I know. Oh my god, like in my head I was just like, so it just feels like there's so many things you think which we never thought of, right? Like when I started content creation, I never thought that, oh my god, am I like trying to get a person to choose my video to watch it, like in terms of that literal, like playing with a person's mind angle. You never saw it that way. With the thumbnail, like when we used to think, oh yeah, of course you make an attractive thumbnail so people click on it. But now when you think of it and you're like, oh my god, I am part of the system and I am part of the problem, which is really scary, but it's true. So like all of those things, I feel like it's grown leaps and bounds, but I feel like we need to also check it now when we can, before it becomes so big that it's impossible for people to like control. Like,
But
that
does it give you like does it make you anxious when you see so many new things coming up, like Reels and TikTok, and does it give you FOMO? Do you have that fear of missing out kind of thing when you see all of it?
I mean, not really. I think as I've become older, I've learned to live my life at my own pace. And it's not that pressure of like, every day, like I have to put out a reel, I have to put out, like I can't do that. Now I realized I need my sanity, I need my space. And also people don't realize that making YouTube videos is a very like big task, and it's a long run job. It's not like you take a picture and post on Instagram. So I think that's when I realized that you can't be like, doing everything every day. It's not possible. So like do things here, there, as and when works for me.
You feel
But
like,
like, yeah, but I do stick to my YouTube schedule. Like that's something, like my Monday and Friday has been something I've been doing like since I started pretty much. And unless there's like an emergency or something goes wrong or whatever, that is something I'm pretty regular about, because I feel like that keeps your routine going also, right? Otherwise you just get
Yes.
into this funk of why should I create, when do I create, what do I
Yes.
create. This way you
Absolutely.
know that, okay, I need this for Monday, I need this. So it keeps you going in terms of your regular job.
Yes.
Which is why I always say like YouTube is my job. Like I feel like this is my job. And Instagram and all is more fun. Like it's not really like,
Fun-based.
yeah, like it's not really like, or mood based. It's not really like, oh my god, I have to post every day.
Yes. Yes, I'm with you out there, because that's exactly what I've been doing. YouTube has been a space where I take things seriously, and Instagram is more of that fun thing. And I don't have that fear,
Right.
to make sure that I have to do a trendy video or what's trending right now. I can't. I'm not in that headspace anymore. It's like I rather choose my mental health and sanity over what is happening, and just to be pressurized so that I get the views. And that's what I mentioned even in my video. I'm happy with the number that I'm in. Like,
Yeah.
it's a space, because I wasn't like this when I first started.
Of
I
course.
started it's
And
4
also,
years.
I think we forget the problem with this whole system is we forget the small wins. I still
Very
remember
true.
like
Very true.
when you get like 1,000 subscribers, right? Like it used to be it used to mean a big deal. Like when I started out, it was like, oh my god, like 1,000 people. I don't even know 1,000 people. This is insane. Or 5,000. Like, and I remember when I hit 50,000 subscribers, I literally cried, because I was like, I can't believe this has happened. Like, because at that time it was like a real milestone. Like it was hard
Right.
to get there. And now people just like talk about numbers like it's chump change, where they're like, "Arey, no, to 20,000, nothing." Like, and as
Isn't
a
it?
creator, you kind of start diminishing your own value, because you
Yes.
you base it on that number, right? Like it's constantly like, oh, like everything is based on the number of followers, right? Like when you do a
Yes.
brand deal, they're like, oh, how many followers? Oh,
Yes.
itne followers, so I'll pay this much, or like, because that becomes like kind of part of your identity.
Yes.
And I realized long back, because I've been through this, and I keep telling new creators always whenever I do like workshops or things like that, that don't let the small wins just go by thinking, oh, I know it's 10,000 is not a big number. It is a big number. Do you know 10,000 people in your life? No.
Huge number.
And do you know what
Huge,
10,000 people look like if they're standing in front of you? Like, you won't believe that that's the people that are following you.
So true. See, that's the thing. You tend to start comparing, losing your worth. Every little, like, I know that when I hit 10,000 on Instagram, I was jumping up and down only because I was like, I can now swipe up. Okay, so that was a huge thing right now.
Before you go away, I have like a rapid fire that you have to answer, okay? Like, to end this spicy chat. Are you ready?
I think so. Hit me.
I'm going to start with the hard one. 3 products people should never use.
Oh my good Lord. Skin whitening products. Please stay away from that. What else? Be careful when you are playing around with actives like niacinamide. Everybody loves a niacinamide. So just patch test a niacinamide. I think everyone is like into peeling solution. That's my third one, AHA, BHA. So that's another skincare ingredient and a product that you should be extremely careful of. And it's trending right now to use that blood type of, but these are the 3 things I feel people should just be careful of: the niacinamide, AHA, BHA, and say no to skin whitening.
Always. Okay, favorite blogger or content creator in any space. It could be beauty or otherwise, anyway.
Oh, I have to put 3 people in the same category.
All right.
Sorry. Okay, and I have to put the OGs. That is Shreya, Jovi, and you. I have to.
Yay!
I mean, there's no denying that, and no, I'm not going to play around there. Okay, girl.
Okay, we'll share it. Favorite lipstick?
Oh my God. No, that's difficult. But I'm sorry, I have to say this. It's Nykaa Mattelicious Lacy Luck. Yes, Nykaa has come into the picture, but girl, that lipstick and that shade is one of my favorite. I can't do without that. Yeah.
Okay, favorite food?
Favorite food, basically Kerala food, fish curry and rice.
Okay, one product that you can't live without.
One product, rosehip oil. I can't live without that. Oh, really?
Is it that good?
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the most natural anti-aging oil. Beautiful.
Okay. Curly hair, straight hair?
Curly hair.
Makeup, no makeup?
Oh, no makeup. Because that's how it's a task for me to wear makeup and pretend like, oh my God, look at this new eyeliner. Brilliant it is. Go buy it. So no makeup any day.
Rice or roti?
Rice. Chore, I'm a Malayali, man. Rice.
YouTube or Instagram?
YouTube. Hallelujah. It still exists.
Complete the sentence. Shweta loves to
eat, sleep. Choose the
words.
Choose the words. I mean, I'm giving you options. Shweta loves to do everything that, that goes beyond
all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Shweta is Garfield, if there's another sentence.
The lockdown has been...
Oh, there's no words. Can I just leave it at that?
Yeah, it's left you speechless.
It's left me speechless. I don't want to get abusive right now. This is a family channel after all, so yeah.
Being a mom is...
the most beautiful journey I have ever experienced, taken, highly recommended.
Sherry is, that's the last one.
Love, you really are. You're the most positive being I've ever come across. And It's quite a pleasure talking to you, Sherry. Really.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. And guys, please check out Shweta's channel. I will link it in the description. Go subscribe. She's one of the few people I would trust when it comes to any recommendations. I always say this in all my videos. You, Jovita, and Shreya, 3 people I would go to for reviews if I wanted to buy anything.
Oh, thank you so much, Sherry. I could give you a nice big virtual hug.
A big virtual hug.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. See you guys.
Bye, guys. You take care. Bye.